I mean, we had two great games in a row. We, fought, and I think on the sideline we had the best energy that we've had in the past two games, and we can't get away from that. Can't use that as we have to use that as something as to an advantage of ours, and be able to kind of build off of it as momentum builders. But we're close, and it's not like we're getting blown out in every game we play. So, we just need to keep fighting. And eventually some of these bounces will fall our way. We'll execute better because we'll be a more experienced team, and some of these losses will turn to wins.
What are you feeling when you see that final kick go through the uprights?
It's not good. A little disappointment in myself. I could have played better. I could have gotten a turnover here or there. I think your heart kind of sinks. It's like, you think back of, every play you're in. It's like, oh, what could I have done better? But I think as a football player and just as a competitor, you have to just move on and be ready for the next game. Think about the next play and how you can make that one your best play yet, instead of dwelling in the past.
How frustrating is it? I mean, we've asked this before, as a unit on defense, you guys get stop after stop, and the offense just can't turn points.
As a defense, we didn't play as well as we could today, so we didn't get any turnovers, and turnovers create points, and we didn't do that today. So we're looking at the situation we're given, and we need to stop the opposing offense from scoring more points than we do. So we didn't obtain that today, and I don't think we're not in the business of pointing fingers. We're in the business of looking at ourselves and how we can be better.
Joe, what did you guys not do that you needed to do today to force the turnovers?
Yeah, just consistently ripping out the ball. Second guy in. First guy holds up the tackler. Second guy comes in, punches, rips out the ball. I think, QB pressures, create errant throws that create picks. And sacks, can be a fumble as well if you rake the ball. So it's just execution all around the board. But we just need to be thinking about it and have it on the brain more often than just going out and occasionally ripping out the ball.
So do you think part of that comes down to luck, or is it all just lack of execution for you guys?
A little bit of both, right? Like, some bounces go your way, some don't. But at the end of the day, we need to create those fortunate bounces for us. What's the saying? Fortune favors the prepared, or something like that. So we need to be the ones that execute and be prepared to get the ball away.
Were there any looks from Nebraska's offense that surprised you, or any new wrinkles from anything? It's like, we need to adjust to this pretty quick.
Yeah, they're always crafty with the way they run the quarterback. And creates an extra blocker, right? So if you hand the ball off to the running back, the quarterback isn't involved in the play. That's 10 guys in the field. But if you run the quarterback, that creates an extra blocker, an extra gap to defend. So for us, it's just kind of staying disciplined and not allowing our eyes to get deceived when they're running misdirection plays and rallying to the ball.
Any change in the mentality when the second quarterback has to come in? There wasn't probably much film to watch of him.
Yeah, I think we approach a quarterback that we haven't seen before as if he's the best quarterback we've faced yet, and we have to respect the scramble no matter who it is. If it's a bigger quarterback, a smaller quarterback, regardless, you still have to respect the scramble. And obviously that was something we prepared for this week with Martinez in the game. I hope he's doing all right. I hope he can bounce back. He's a great competitor. But for us, it's just, you're on to the next play and see how you can affect the next quarterback and kind of rattle a guy who hasn't been taking a lot of the snaps.
Thank you.
Sure.
Joe, over your Northwestern career, you guys have specialized in winning close games. How frustrating is it to be on the other end now?
You wish it was the other way around, but there's not much you can do after the fact. For us, it's just kind of, we need to practice harder. We need to execute better on the field, and that starts with tomorrow and watching film and getting better in this bye week and getting guys healthy and we have to have the mentality that the next game is at utmost importance, and we can't kind of be looking at our record or how we could have done better in the past.
So do you think there's anything different this season that was happening last season, or just?
I can't put my finger on it. we're not winning the close games where we usually do. It is what it is. It's not what it's not.
Tough time getting turnovers today. What do you think made the difference?
Yeah, I think that was the difference in the game. You know, when you look at the defensive stat sheet, we didn't have a takeaway, and I had a missed opportunity for a big play in the first series, and you never know what that could have sparked in the game. So, you know, that's on me, and that's on the entire defense as a whole, you know, not getting the ball back.
What makes a guy like Wan'Dale Robinson so tough to defend, and how do you guys game plan for him?
Yeah, explosive athlete. You know, Nebraska used him in multiple formations and multiple situations. You know, going into the game, we only had a little bit of knowledge on him as far as, you know, game plan wise, and the rest was just adjustments. You know, what we saw on the film and just feedback from the players and stuff. But very talented, explosive player that is going to have a great future.
You and Travis walked off the field together. What were you guys saying? Sort of an inflating moment.
Yeah, we were just saying that we got to stick together. You know, it's times like these where you know, tough times don't last, but tough people do. And you know, this team is a testament to a bunch of tough people. You know, we've got a lot of character, and we're going to get things rolling around here soon. We just got to trust the process.
Joe Gaziano and Fitz both talked about how you guys are really disappointed in your inability to force turnovers today. What do you think is the cause behind it?
Just mentality. It's a mentality. You know, obviously the first man in's got to secure the tackle. Second, third, fourth man's in got to get the ball. You know, and I put the blame on myself for not getting a takeaway. You know, I had a missed opportunity for a big play in the first series. Ball was in my hands, and you know, just let a big play slip away. So you know, it's just a mindset that we got to keep reiterating and keep practicing.
But at the same time, you guys did a really good job at open field tackling today. Does that mindset, that turnover mindset, stand them up and rip it out? Does that make it harder to open field tackle?
You know, in the open field, we just, you know, we gotta stay true to our fundamentals and our technique, right? So, you know, in the open field, we gotta make sure we make the tackle first, right? And then, you know, if you come in and get the ball, you know, and get a takeaway, that's great. But first man's in, always getting the tackle. Second, third man's getting the ball.
I mean, regardless of some, you know, potential worries or things you guys think you could have done better, you let up 13 points against a really explosive offense today. I mean, does that at least give you guys some good feeling heading into the bye week?
We lost, so 13 points is 13 points, you know. But we're confident that we're a great team, offensively, defensively, and on the special teams too. So.
A bunch of read option today, or at least it looked like from up in the booth. Was that the game plan going in? Use your legs to try to get after this defense?
Kind of. It was more of a we're going to run the ball and we're going to run the ball. And I mean, I think we ran the ball pretty well. There's a few plays where I could have pulled the ball, and I did. Got yards in that, but I mean, that's not like a design like, you know, you're going to run the ball, you're going to run the ball type thing.
What was your reaction when you found out you were starting?
You know, I was a little nervous, but I mean, with your preparation, there should be no need to be nervous. So I mean, if you're underprepared, like you'll be really, really nervous. But I mean, if you're prepared, like if you're preparing like the starter, then I mean, there's no reason to be like that nervous. I had a little butterflies, but I was excited. I was happy. Kept it under wraps.
What were your thoughts on that interception and the lack of the pass interference call?
I mean, it can go both ways. It was a poor decision on my part. I felt like that kind of swung the momentum of the game. But I mean, within the route concept, I saw him coming, thought he was there, threw it, and then when I threw it, wasn't there. So I mean, would I have liked a pass interference call? Yes. Should I make a better decision in the future? Yes.
And then how would you rate your own performance, especially on downfield passing with
I mean, I feel like for the most part, decisions were decent. I need to work on my confidence in that, and I feel like after this game, my confidence has been built a little bit, and also through this week of practice. But I mean, that's something that I'm going to keep working at and need to keep on working at.
What was working on that first series in the second half? You guys were more quickly running the ball with both you and Drake.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really efficient run. So what was working there, and why weren't you able to do that more consistently?
I mean, it was one-man breakdowns. You know, it could have been a misblocked outside or I make a wrong read. But I mean, there was just tiny little miscues in our offense that kind of set us back a little bit. And then on that second half, or second quarter, Third quarter. So, yeah, in that first second half drive, I mean, we're clicking. We're being perfect in our running and throwing the ball, just everything quick, everything fast, and just going after it.
I'd say Nebraska isn't exactly the easiest place to have your first career college start.
Mhm.
How did the crowd, the energy of the stadium, did that affect you all?
I mean, I love the energy. My whole entire extended family's from Nebraska, so I grew up coming here, watching games, watching them in the Big 12. So, I mean, I felt comfortable. You know, it was a little over, it was 91,000 people is a lot of people. So, I mean, you go out there, you hear it for the first time, maybe a little overwhelmed, but, I mean, after that, get into the flow of the game, and then, you know, the rest is, that's that.
You also you were able to build a good chemistry with Riley Lee's 7 catches on the day for him. How do you kind of help you settle into a groove out there on the field?
I mean, he's my golf partner, so I'm really comfortable with him. But other than that, he runs very good routes and gets open. So, I mean, we have that chemistry off the field, and then I feel like that comes back on the field. And he's a guy that I trust.
When did you find out you were starting?
Yesterday morning.
What did Coach say to you? How'd you react?
I mean, kind of playing off what I said earlier, you know, as I prepared this week, you know, I was preparing like I was going to start like I do every week. And then when I got that news from Coach, I was just kind of, all right, let's go do it. Nothing much else than that. A little butterflies in the stomach, but, I mean, let's go do it.
Did you watch the final kick?
The what?
Did you watch Nebraska?
Yeah, I was watching it on the stand or on the jumbotron, just sitting there.
What was sort of your feeling when you saw it go through the uprights?
You know, I felt part of that, a lot of that blame come on me for that one decision that I made. But I mean, like, I feel like Coach Fitz harped on this, but I mean, there was little tiny mistakes in the game that, you know, led up to that happening. So I mean, it's not. I was just trying to put it behind me, keep my head up.